The chamber was silent, eerily silent, until the laughter started. It wasn't the laughter of joy or even humor. It was the kind of laughter that cut through the air, sharp, dismissive, and laced with arrogance. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett had just fired off a passionate remark during a Senate committee hearing, her voice rising with conviction, determined to stand her ground against what she saw as outdated, condescending attitudes. But sitting across from her was Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, a man whose quick wit and sharp tongue had left many speechless before. And now, as the corners of his mouth curled into a knowing grin, Jasmine could feel the eyes of the room bearing down on her. Kennedy leaned forward, his southern drawl steady, unhurried, almost too calm for the tense moment. "Congresswoman," he said, pausing just long enough to let the silence stretch, "you've got passion, I'll give you that. But passion without preparation? Well, that's like a horse with no saddle. Loud, wild, but going nowhere." The crowd murmured. Jasmine stiffened, determined not to let the weight of his words crush her. She was young, bold, and fiery, a rising star in Democratic politics. Kennedy, on the other hand, was seasoned, his humor often disarming, his experience nearly unmatched. She had come to the chamber ready to fight, but now she realized she was up against something she hadn't fully prepared for, a master of timing, rhetoric, and subtle wit. Yet Jasmine wasn't the type to back down. Her voice rose again, sharper this time, trying to cut through the atmosphere of ridicule. She spoke of justice, of the people who felt voiceless, of communities that needed real solutions, not old-fashioned political games. Her words trembled with emotion, raw, unfiltered, human. Kennedy listened, almost respectfully, before delivering the clapback that would echo across the room. He leaned back in his chair, the faintest smirk on his face, and said, "I hear you, Congresswoman. But let me tell you something my mama told me when I was your age: don't confuse being loud with being right. One gets you attention, the other gets you respect." The words hit like a thunderclap. The chamber fell into stunned silence. Even those who disagreed with Kennedy had to admit the line was devastating. Jasmine's chest tightened, her mind racing. In that moment, she felt the sting of being underestimated, the pain of being dismissed, and the fire of determination rising all at once. But here's where the story shifted. Instead of retreating, Jasmine chose to grow. She left the chamber not humiliated, but hungry to refine her arguments, to sharpen her wit, and to match Kennedy blow for blow on the battlefield of words. Behind closed doors, she worked tirelessly. She pored over policy briefs, studied debates, and practiced responses with her staff late into the night. And Kennedy? He knew he'd made an impression, but he also respected her persistence. In his own way, his